Hello, everybody. Welcome back to yet another chat with myself, Jeanette, and also Justine.
Justine.
Hello, everybody. So, today we're going to talk a little bit about Reiki. More about how Reiki helped us, how we grew on our personal journeys, and also how you, the audience, can also do Reiki to help you activate your best self. Before we drop into the conversation, let's take a little bit of time to introduce ourselves in case there's anyone new watching. So, Justine, why don't you start?
Thank you, Jeanette. I love these conversations that we have. They're a real mix of just like chatting and formal, aren't they? So yes, for those who are watching on my pages and yours, I am Justine Blanchard. I'm a body confidence coach and a Reiki master practitioner. Also just did my teacher qualification, so I'll be doing that soon. Potentially in the summer. I don't have dates yet, but I'm very, very excited to be sharing all that is Reiki with as many people as want to do it with me.
That is so exciting and super excited for the launch of that.
Yes. And you? Who are
Well,
you?
who am I? So, hi everybody. I am Jeanette Wong, and I am a life coach and also a Reiki practitioner. I work specifically with women who are high achievers, who are feeling a little bit overwhelmed and stressed, and on the verge of burnout or already burnt out, who just want to live life again, who want to find balance and just let go of this thing called work or business and start finding things outside. Because, hey, guess what? There is a lot outside of what our jobs and what our businesses are. And let's not let that define who we are.
Oh, absolutely. Do you know, it just came from a networking meeting, and somebody was talking about how his goals of the year are about health, family, and business. And I just thought, wow, you absolutely have your priorities right. Take care of yourself, and then your family, and then your business. Because look, like a lot of us don't have businesses if we're not around to work at them. So, you know, I thought when I heard him say that, I just thought, yeah, you definitely have your priorities right.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Like, if there's no you, there is nothing else in your life because you're not in it anymore. You can't star in your own movie if you're not in it.
Yeah,
So, yeah, absolutely.
exactly. So we're here to talk about Reiki. What does Reiki actually mean to you?
For me, Reiki is a lot about, and this very personal to me. I think everyone's got a slightly different journey of Reiki, but for me, it's a lot about really unblocking things that have been blocking me. Sometimes, I feel that there's something that's stuck in my body. I don't even know what it is, and there's no logical way of thinking that something has happened or whatever. And I just feel like I'm feeling uneasy. And Reiki has really helped me to really unblock those feelings, because actually, most likely, there's something stuck. It's an energetic thing that got stuck. Maybe it's a feeling that we've been cooping up, or it's this emotion that got stuck in our body. And I use Reiki to help me release it. And then also, I actually use Reiki to balance myself. Sometimes it's actually just great to maintain, because actually that takes a lot less time than going back and trying to unblock something that you've really held onto for a long time. So that's what Reiki means to me. It's about unstucking, unblocking, and also balancing. That helps me a lot on my personal journey, and I've seen it change a lot of my clients' lives as well since I brought it on. What about for you, Justine?
Yeah, interestingly, so Reiki itself, Reiki as a practice, as an energy, it's universal energy, right? And with universal energy, with the fact that we are all energy and everything around us is made up of energy on some kind of vibration, is that Reiki is, for me, all of the things that you said, but actually for me it's almost the opposite, which is for me about opening and about connection. So my Reiki journey actually started when I was a little bit closed off to anything kind of outside of myself, but I was also really closed off to things that were inside of myself too. I wasn't really all that connected to myself. I had really low self-esteem. I was in a relationship that I didn't realize at the time wasn't right for me. I was, busy, 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 wearing busy as my badge, as so many women do. And it was actually Reiki that started to open up my senses a little bit more, because when I discovered Reiki and did my attunement for Reiki level 1, things just started look different and smell different, and I heard them different, and I saw them different, and I felt them different. And it was just that my senses were opening up in such a way that I just felt so much more connected to myself and connected to everything around me. And as a little sidebar, Reiki level 1, it's definitely said is quite transformational, especially for somebody who isn't, very practiced in a lot of energy type work. And a lot of people make big changes, and I'm no different. Within 3 months of my Reiki level 1, I had left a previous relationship, moved out of the environment I was in, and just really started on this like new path within that really short window period. So for me, and with your definition and with my experience and my definition, it really, I think, demonstrates how Reiki is universal energy, because it goes to wherever it's needed, and the person who's receiving it, takes it in and works with it in whatever way they personally need to work with, in a way that they need to work with it. So it's whatever we need it to be, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I love about what you just shared is, yeah, exactly like you say, I went to it because I felt blocked. But
Mm,
previous to that, I'd already been quite a spiritual person. So I've
mm,
already done quite a lot of other things that got me along the way. And then so mine was less, I was already open. So mine was less opening than yours, but I was like, well, something is not quite right.
mm,
But what the beauty of Reiki is that because it is universal, it's called universal life force energy, because it's universal, anyone can tap into it, but also it will just get to that person, it will get to you in a different way. And it just suits the way that you need it to.
mm,
And what I love about it is that there is no bias.
mm,
There
mm,
is no, oh, because I like the way you do this or you do that, or this is, the practitioner is feeling a particular way today, so it's not going to work. There is none of that, because
mm.
it channels through us as
Yeah,
practitioners. We're just facilitators.
yeah,
And so maybe you're feeling blocked, maybe you're feeling just closed, maybe you feel whatever it is that you feel. Whatever happens, whatever you need, by the time it reaches you, you will receive it in exactly the way that you need to receive it. And
yeah.
I think that is the beauty of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because those are some questions that I do often get asked, particularly when I'm talking about distance Reiki, because I do see people on a one-to-one in person sometimes. But actually, the vast majority of the work that I do is distance, and also a lot of it is in groups. So a lot of times people say to me, first of all, how does this work? And then, like, how on earth can you do it distance, and how can I receive distance and that? And I mean, I kind of just liken it in a lot of ways to like what we're doing right now. Like we're sat here right now on a screen in two different locations, talking to each other as if we're in the same room, broadcasting to wherever we are around the world. I don't know how that works. Honestly, I don't really care how it works because it does.
Imagine like your Wi-Fi. You
Yeah.
don't see that, and your laptop or phone or whatever is not connected to the router. Back in the day, when it first started, we all had to have that cable, the yellow cable, right?
Well, some of us are too young to remember that.
Yes. But nowadays, it's have we got Wi-Fi? How many people can tap into your Wi-Fi? Like, when you go somewhere to a cafe or whatever, there's no limit to like how many people you can go on unless they set the limit.
Mm,
And it is literally that. If it's free, it's free. It's available, it's available. That's it.
I know,
And so
I
I
know.
think it's
Or like
it's
when your remote IT people are coming into your computer and moving things on the screen and they're not even in the same country as you, and you're just like, what?
and you can see the little mouse moving. Um, yes, absolutely. And I think, that's why sometimes people are very skeptical about it. But actually, everyone, because I do mostly distant Reiki if it's a one-to-one, and I do some in-person groups. Um, but I've had people who are in Bulgaria, in the US, whatever time zone you're in, whatever country you're in, it doesn't matter. Like you still receive it. And even people, I had a client who was like, I'm not so sure about this. Like, is it going to contradict anything? And I just like, just try it out and we'll see what happens. And after the session, she was like, oh wow. I
Mm,
just feel like I just feel a lot of love. I just feel a lot of like a lot more calm. I just feel like a new person.
mm,
Some like peace, which is
mm.
something that how many of us are feeling all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and so that's why even if you go on a YouTube video and you search for Reiki, you can feel the energy.
Mm.
Like there is this transmission. So that's what Reiki is all about.
Yeah. Yeah. In a nutshell. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
simple nutshell.
Yeah. And it's just, and you also make a really great point about people who are, a bit resistant to it or, think, oh, that's not for me and whatever, and that's absolutely fine. Like, we're not here to push it on anybody. We're not here to try and convince anybody. I think it's important to note that, it's not a religion. It's not affiliated with anything religious. It's not, and a lot of times when, in spiritual circles, when God is mentioned, even then it's not really mentioned in a kind of religious type of way. It's more of like, replace that word with the divine or universal energy or, connection to oneself or, something like that. I think sometimes people get a little bit hung up on, oh, anything like this must be, religion or, it must be a bit woo or it must be out there or anything like that. But I think it is important to note, I think that it like you say, it's universal life force energy. It's something that we all have access to. It's something that animals are attuned to. It's something that the plants and trees are attuned to. And, whether somebody, might have a bit of skepticism in their logical brain or whatever, like, that's fine. This isn't for you and something else might be, you know. So I know we kind of titled this How We Grew with Reiki, and you can too. I mean, I'm a firm believer that anybody can, benefit from Reiki. And I love that, we're here to share that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's all about sharing with anyone who it's it's not like it's the most gentle way
Mm,
to receive energy healing.
Yeah.
Like, not to diss any other practices, by the way. I do a lot of different practices. I go to all the different things, and I love every modality because all of them have offer something slightly different.
Yeah.
But specifically to Reiki, it's super gentle. Like, and you may feel something, you may not. And whatever it is, it's just having that knowing and trusting that you've invested your time into something like a Reiki session, and you are going to receive something, whether it's a sign, whether it's you feel better, you feel more peaceful, or you've just given yourself a bit of time to
Yeah.
relax and reconnect. Because I think one of the reasons why, you know, people, a lot of people, and I think us included, we feel like we're all over the place. We feel like, oh, my head, I think, we just had a quick chat just before we jumped on is, wait, I just need to do this, and this. Like, where does the list end? But what we don't realize is that we get disconnected from ourselves when
Mm.
we've got this massive to-do list. Like, we get so hung up on doing, and you really rightly said, wearing busyness as that badge, and almost as a badge on, oh, I'm busy. Like, is it actually serving you, this busy? And when we're disconnected, and with ourselves, and there's a disconnect between our attentions of what we really want, our focus, and the actions that we're taking, because like, oh right, next step, next, then what happens is we get thrown out
Mm.
of, I liken it as in, we get thrown out of our bodies and are thrown
Mm.
out, like, of our, like, energetic bodies. I'm talking about, not like literally. Get thrown out of bodies, and then just imagine you're kind of like floating around here and there and everywhere, and you don't really know where you're going. You've got no anchor.
Mm.
And that's why you can't hear anything. You can't hear your inner wisdom. You can't hear your intuition. You can't hear your gut instincts, because you're thrown out somewhere. And
Yeah.
sometimes you don't even know where. And Reiki, for me, actually helps me, one, slow down, because I could be just lie there or sit there, be still, close your eyes, and receive whatever it is. And it kind of like draws me back in. Okay, I'm back here with my body, with my soul, with my intuition. We're all together. And then I can hear whatever it is that I need to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that very much is about my story, is, when I discovered Reiki level 1, and actually at that time it was going to be very much just a self-care practice for myself. I wasn't really even going to tell anybody about it. It was literally just something for my own self-care because of what I was going through at the time. But then, whereas my senses were opening, other people had noticed it too, and they're like, oh, what's different about you, and that kind of thing, and the only thing I could put my finger on at the time was Reiki, maybe, kind of thing, and I still didn't even really want to. I wasn't going to do Reiki level 2 because 1 was enough. It was just for me. But of course, you meet people along your path, and one thing led to another. I was signed up for level 2. Then again, I wasn't going to do it because I wasn't going to put it as part of my business or anything. Still just for me, But they say you don't find Reiki, Reiki finds you. And I think that that's just so true. I do feel called to it. I do feel that I was chosen for it. And I just, love the fact that I get to share it now as well. So yeah, that's my story. So, but I think you've got something going on this weekend you might like to share with people.
Yes. So this weekend I am doing an in-person Reiki workshop, and it's called Align and Manifest, and is all about taking the time to give yourself a sacred 2 hours where you get to switch off from the outside world, it's a super zen dojo that we're going to host it in London, in Camberwell. And it's all about giving yourself the time to reset, let go of whatever no longer serves you. Sometimes, I think we talked about this last time, is, just because the calendar says 2024, you might still be holding on to some of the old stuff. So this is a session where you get to let go of all of the old things that are no longer serving you, and then reset your energy. And to set, also, we're going to do some guided meditations and visualizations so you can set your intentions, readiness for the rest of 2025, so that you know that you're going to be setting yourself up to win for the rest of the year. And we're only halfway through January, so we've got plenty of time to go yet. So 18th of January, 2 till 4 p.m. That's my
Beautiful.
in-person session. And
Amazing.
I know that you've got one coming up as well, Justine. What are you doing?
I do. So mine is on Monday night, Monday the 20th. It's online. So it's an online group session. I call it it's a guided visualization and Reiki healing journey. So what happens is it's about 45 minutes, give or take. And we go into a guided visualization, take you somewhere, don't always know exactly where we're going. And then, talk about getting you settled down. Then I'll go quiet for probably about 20 minutes while I'm channeling in Reiki for the group, for the intentions that everybody has set in the group. And then I'll kind of guide everybody back into their rooms and into their body. And I do it monthly at 9 p.m. And the whole idea about doing it at 9 p.m. is you can kind of go through your day, finish up your day, shower, bathe, get everybody into their places, get into a quiet space, onto Zoom, have your guided visualization, Reiki healing, and then, shut it off and go into sleep and let all the energies kind of sink in for you. So I've been doing that now monthly online, I think for about 3 years.
Wow.
And it's my favorite Monday of the month. So I love it, love it, love it. And that's happening next week on the 20th.
And I highly recommend. I've been to those Justine sessions, and they're so amazing. I always get taken to. I have this special connection with Justine. I always see loads of amazing, crazy things, and it's really exciting. Last time, I think the last 2 times I actually saw dragons.
Nice.
Like, yeah. So, there's a special connection between us, and then just be able to sit in that intention and sit in that space, just close the laptop and go straight to bed, just really helps enhance that healing journey and that balancing of the energies whilst we are resting as well. So I'd highly recommend it.
Yeah, equally, with your group, the being in person with the group energy adds a whole nother level to it. So I know that your workshop this weekend is going to be incredible. Yeah. Speaking about workshops, we have one coming up together as well.
There's so much going on these days, and and it's one of the things that I really, really love, hosting events, and that's why I was like, we need to do one together. And because we're both life coaches and Reiki practitioners, we want to bring our best to everyone and to make sure it's accessible. So it's online. It's called Live, Love, Heal. That's the workshop series. We go through over 3 different weeks. We go through different things to actually help you understand where you are, what do you want to get to, and you can deepen your self-awareness, understand how you're going to get there through Reiki and helping you unblock and opening up all of the channels of your intuition so that you can actually manifest the things that you want in 2025.
Yeah, I'm so excited about these because it's not just Reiki. Also, we're both bringing our expertise with our coaching to each of the 3 sessions, They are standalone sessions, so you can come to one, two, or all three of the sessions. And they're specifically designed to have a 3-week gap in between each of the 3 sessions, because what we really want and the intention that we have behind them is to make sure that the activities that we teach, the sharing that we do together, and of course the group Reiki sessions that happen on these workshops take hold. So really let the energy sink in, and also let the new activities start to form habits. So we're giving a lot away in these sessions, and I'm really excited about them.
Yeah, so the first one starts on the 1st of February. And so make sure you check out, just search Live, Love, Heal on Eventbrite. And I think we're going to put the link to them as well in the comments after the live, to make sure that whoever wants to access it, you can just go and have literally just check it out, because they are going to be so much fun. They're going to be so amazing, and you will be so pleasantly surprised at the new you that you're going to see at the end of these, whether it is the series, my in-person workshop, or Justine's healing one on Monday. Whichever one it is, make sure you go and check them out, and make sure it suits your calendar. Don't rush it. It's all about taking slow moments, and just book yourself in. And if you've never tried Reiki before, we're here to hold your hand as well, so that you don't need to be feeling like nervous or scared. Honestly, only good things are going to happen to you.
Absolutely. And both of us have, availability in our diaries for one-to-ones, and we answer questions on DM. So anybody has any questions for either of us about anything, please get in touch.
All right. So thank you so much for your time, Justine.
Thank you for yours. I believe we're back here, same time, same place next week.
We are indeed. And then next week, what we're going to be talking about is asking you, whether you have the right tools to actually grow with intention. Tools are something that, myself and Justine really believe in helping. They're the ones that you're going to help, because actually, if we say, talking about one specific thing, and we give you one solution, it doesn't help set you up to win. So make sure you tune in next week to talk about, have you got the right tools to actually grow?
Yeah, looking forward to that.
All right. Speak to you again soon.
Thank you.
Bye.